Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the month of September 2025. Happy birthday, Virgo. Actually, this video is probably going to be published on Virgo's birthday, so happy birthday. You have this shield card. It says you are safe from harm. You also have the seduction card. It says passion and romance await. So definitely could be a good time for love for those of you that want it. It could be attracting a new person here. It could be another earth sign. You've been getting earth and Scorpio with me for a while. You don't have Scorpio in this reading yet, although that could change in a minute. But you definitely could be attracting someone. You have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is the card of seduction. And so if you are looking for love, you could be very seductive at this time. And it doesn't matter what gender you are. All of you, Virgos, could be kind of like attracting people at this time. Or just standing out to other people as well. So there you go. We have a lot of people showing up in this reading, I'm noticing. Yeah, look at this. So you could be very popular this month here, Virgo. And, actually, I haven't seen a reading like this in a while, where there's like so many people just showing up right away, right, with the court cards. So, could be a good month for you socially. Could be a good month if you're like trying to build a following or trying to get attention or anything like that. That would be great for you as well. You have the Five of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. Right away, what I will say is that you have an eclipse in your sign on the 21st, right? So, of September. And I feel for you that this is about, like, being too critical on yourself. Like, plain and simple. It's pretty simple, Virgo. I think that what you have to work on with this upcoming eclipse is like how those moments where you feel like you're not good enough to do something, or you're not good enough to share your ideas, or you're not good enough to speak up, or whatever it is, right? So I think self-criticism is what needs to work on here. I feel like that's what you need to separate away from with this Five of Swords. Five of Swords is about separating away from things. I think that the Five of Swords gets a bad rap. Sure, it can come up when we're going through a breakup. It can come up when someone is trying to win at all costs, which can be a bad thing. But just in general, fives have very easy solutions in the tarot. And I really just feel for you that this is saying that you need to separate away from, again, self-criticism, those where you hold yourself back. It may be a good way to put it would be a good month for you to unleash the beast. Don't hold back. You have the Page of Pentacles. I do think it's an excellent time for clarity. One thing I will say, the thing is, Page of Pentacles is a card of studiousness. And so if there is something that you are lacking clarity on, then you have to go and learn about it with the Page of Pentacles. That's the whole point, is that he educates himself, or he's willing to educate himself on things that he just doesn't know, right? And I feel that would be an excellent thing for you to do at this time, Virgo, is to go educate yourself on ideas, topics, insights, learn new things, learn new people, all that other stuff with the Page of Pentacles. I also feel like you could be attracting people. Like I said, obviously, it kind of looks like you're a little bit of a magnet this month, which it is your birth month, so that can make sense. Also you have the eclipse in your sign, and so, do eclipses bring attention? No, not necessarily, but eclipses are fated energy. They bring fate and destiny into our lives. So if that's part of your destiny, then there you go. The other thing is your identity. Something we've been talking about for years on this channel with you, Virgo, is I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe this eclipse is finally closing out that whole you changing your identity angle message thing that's been coming up for you for a while. So a lot of you really could be, cementing your identity, like who you are or who you want to be. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, not a good month to wait for things, I would say. Saturn retrograding into Pisces. I've pretty much said this to everybody so far. Again, it would be a good month to get started on something that you're going to do for the long haul. Now, that's the trick with Saturn retrograding into Pisces, right? Is that we have to do something that we are going to complete. And that might mean years from now, but that's the whole point, is that if you take responsibility for something with this Saturn retrograding into Pisces, then you will get the rewards for sure. So I think that you would want them. So I would do something to get those rewards, plain and simple. Let's see. With the Five of Swords, you have two cards. You have the Magician and Three Cups. Can't make it up. You are always getting the Magician with me. And I'm always saying the Magician is a card of reinvention. You have the Three Cups, again, which is other people. So there's a lot of stuff about people in this reading. Like I said, it could be a very popular month for you. You could be just, kind of like getting to know people. Or you could be, it's like you're meeting new people, new friends, surrounding yourself with like a new tribe. That type of energy is also popping into my head with the Three Cups. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. Seven of Pentacles, he's looking at these Seven Pentacles and he's saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it worth it for me to keep investing my time, effort, energy into these Seven Pentacles? Or, is there something better that I could do with my time? And I don't know. I can't answer that question for you, Virgo. You have to be the one to decide whether or not you should be investing your time, effort, energy into something or not. This is a very Virgo card. It is a card of analysis paralysis. He's kind of like looking at things and analyzing things. I actually don't feel bad about it, though. I do, normally I would say don't get stuck in analysis, Virgo. But I don't know. This might be pretty good for you this month. You might be analyzing things, and it just feels fine to me. So I'll say that. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Judgment card. Yes, you finally hatching out of the egg that you've been stuck in for years here, Virgo. I feel like you've been stuck in an egg. And I didn't say suck an egg. I said stuck in an egg. And, again, I think the coffin is your old life. Outside the coffin is your new life. And, kind of like a stripper bursting out of a cake here, Virgo. That's how I think you need to treat the month. Is like you are, busting into it. Maybe not in your birthday suit, but, like I said, happy birthday. But, I would like, it's like I would burst into this month here. There's more to this story but I'm not really getting all the details I need off of that Judgment card. But you're definitely doing something. You have this Deeply Rooted in Love card. It says, something is emerging from the depths of your most intimate desires. It is a very good time for the truth, I would say, based off the astrology. Neptune will also Neptune in the near future will be retrograding back into Pisces as well. There's like a lot of stuff about truth coming out, but more us living our truth. So if there are things that you want to do with your life that you're not doing yet, I would do whatever those things are. Especially if it's your truth. You have this inner goddess. It says, express your divine feminine energy and loving wisdom will transform your life. So, a lot of stuff about love there. But, this would be about what you love here, Virgo. So I think you need to make sure that you're doing more of what you love with this energy in your life. You have the Queen of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. Queen of Wands about being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want. You can't make this up. I literally said to Scorpio, I think, that everybody would get this card this month, and I basically haven't been wrong. So there is something about this month where I think we have to trust ourselves. She learns as she goes. She's willing to start something without knowing what to do. She's willing to just figure it out, right? But I think that's kind of like the whole part of these two eclipses having to do with the truth. Think about this, Virgo. We have the North Node and South Node in Pisces and Virgo, right? And then we have these two freaking eclipses, one in Pisces at the beginning of the month on the 7th, the next one in your sign, Virgo, on the 21st at the end of the month, basically. It's interesting to me. There's something about us needing to start something without knowing if it's going to work or not. I think that's how it could manifest for some people, and you have to learn as you go. It's almost like we're in a time where if you come up with an idea, if you told people this idea, no one's going to tell you it's a good idea. There's no, it's almost like there's no proof that you should do what you're thinking you should do with your life right now, if that's not confusing enough, right? And so I really think the universe is trying to get people to trust themselves. I think the universe is trying to get people to realize that only you have the answers for your own freaking life. And I feel that's what you need to believe in, is yourself. That's it. You have the Page of Swords, if I can get it off the table. Page of Swords is about curiosity. I think it's an excellent month, just based off the astrology that's going on this month. I think it's an excellent month to dig into anything that you're curious about. And that's a pretty broad statement, but, really, if you're interested in something, I would learn about it. I also feel that there is clearly a person here, Virgo, that could be interested in you. Could be any sign. You literally have a million people showing up in this reading. So, number one, you could just be very attractive this month with the Queen of Wands. And you could be noticing it. Like, you could be noticing that you're getting more attention, that you're standing out more, that people want more of your time and attention, stuff like that, right? And so that's also possible. But I definitely think you could be standing out this month. I don't know. It feels good. I think it'll be a good thing for you. You have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is stability and growth. Now, normally I don't say that. Sometimes, like, I don't hate the Four of Pentacles, but I kind of go back and forth on it. Sometimes I think it's good. Sometimes I think it's bad. The reason I think it's good in your reading here, Virgo, is because we go up to the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is like I personally look at it as like the ultimate foundational card. Those people on that card, they have to have a very solid foundation to basically have created everything they want and desire. Ten of Pentacles is building, leaving a legacy. It's getting everything you want and desire in your life. But you have to have a solid foundation to be able to create that in your life in the first place. So I would be focusing on your foundation with the Four of Pentacles and, building a solid foundation in life in general with this card. But yeah, pretty good. I think that a lot of you could be just building a solid foundation. It is a pretty good month for money, I think. I think that there would be some astrologers who would disagree with me saying that, but I would disagree with them because, again, I think that if you pick one thing to be responsible for this month, and you kind of like work on it diligently. Like, it's an amazing month, I feel, for the collective, really, to like pick one thing and just give it, like, even if you just say, I'm going to work on this project for 30 minutes a day. If you stick to that and you actually do it, you will get the results, right? So it's an amazing time to pick a project and like see it through to the end, or to give it concentrated effort for a certain period of time. That's where the money will come from. But you're going to have to do that, right? You have the Knight of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands. Knight of Pentacles is very slow movement. I don't know. I feel like people are kind of getting sick of this energy here. I feel like boot in ass type energy with the Knight of Pentacles. And here's what I mean by that. If there are things that are not moving, I think people are just going to be kicking those things right out the door, right? Like, if things are too slow. And so, I don't know. And we have the Knight of Swords here, which is much faster movement. With the Page of Swords, you have the Justice card. A lot of karma for you in Pisces at this time. North Node, South Node, the two eclipses, karma, destiny, things like that, right? So, but I don't know. I feel pretty good about it. I feel like there could be positive karma. Like, you could be getting rewards for things that you did in the past, or you could be getting results for work that you've done in the past. Probably a pretty good thing. There's been something coming up for you, Virgo, about you getting kind of like justice for something that happened to you in the past. But more from the perspective of someone doing you dirty. So like, if someone did you dirty in the past, you could be getting rewards for that. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Two of Cups. There definitely could be a solid connection here. Ten of Pentacles I consider to be the best love card in the deck. Yeah, it's a Pentacle card, but those people have everything. They have it all. So it literally, do we ever truly have it all? Hell no. But, I think you could be finding something that's pretty close. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this card. It says, taking risks. Yes. Taking the risk of doing the thing that your critical self would not do is what I would change that card to if I were you, Virgo. I'm telling you right now, your month is very simple. This month is actually very simple for most people because I think most signs only have one thing to work on. For you, again, you specifically, it's going to be that critical voice that tells you, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're not strong enough, you're not attracted enough, you're not this, you're not that. That is what Virgo needs to work on, that self-criticism this month. If you could just do the things that the critical self won't let you do, you will be very successful. That's it. You have this going forward card. So yes, and again, this will build confidence and success inside of you going forward. So I feel like you're on the right path. I do kind of feel that path card there, that going forward card, is just saying you're on the right path. You have the Knight of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. Knight of Swords is charging towards success. So I feel a lot of you could be kind of like charging forward at this time towards success. Normally I wouldn't say that, by the way, with the Knight of Swords. Again, Knight of Swords is another card I go back and forth on. Sometimes I feel it's good. Sometimes I feel it's bad. It's bad because he can be too hasty. He can be forcing something to happen. which could be bad. But for you, I feel it is good in this reading because I feel like you are charging towards that Ten of Pentacles. Sorry, wrong camera. I feel like you are charging towards the Ten of Pentacles, which is great. You have the Page of Wands. Yeah, everybody's going to get the Page of Wands for the next, 30 years, basically. So, I don't know. We're in a time where we have to be adventurous, right? I really have nothing to add. You have the Seven of Cups. Same thing. The best way to look at the Seven of Cups and the Page of Wands, which everybody gets right now, is variety is the spice of life. And, speaking of spices, it's like, the time that we're in right now is, imagine your whole entire life you only ever put salt on your food and never any other spice that exists. And then imagine you went to Morocco. You would lose your freaking mind because you're, in the land of spices, right? And it's that is what the universe wants us to do right now. The universe wants everybody to go to Morocco. The universe is saying you all need to learn how to season your food. You all have only been using a little bit of salt, so your food probably is pretty bland. And you all need a little bit more excitement. So, we need to go explore, basically. We need to be willing to go on adventures. We need to try other ways of doing things that might be a little spicy, like the Page of Wands. And that's the best way I can describe this energy. So there you go. You have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is being spoiled for choice. I do feel pretty good about it. Again, I think there are going to be many opportunities for you to figure out how to do whatever you're trying to do in your life, which is good. So, that looks good. But, again, I would just try new spices. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Scorpio. Told ya. So, definitely could be a Scorpio. You've had a Scorpio for weeks, at least months, maybe longer, Virgo. So, if you want love, definitely could be a Scorpio coming in for you. I'll tell you what, this person definitely has Scorpio on their chart if they're not. they got something going on, right? They've been spying on you, it looks like, with the Page of Swords. So, I don't know. Could be a person finally making a move. With the Page of Wands, you also have it could also be a Taurus. You get Scorpio and Taurus with me every single reading. I'm convinced. I'm pretty sure. Both of these come up for you. Every single reading, I'm pretty sure. So, definitely could be a Taurus as well. Take it how it resonates. But the other thing I would say with the Taurus card is, don't be afraid of thinking outside the box. It's the boring salt and pepper recipes are not going to work anymore, Virgo. You have to be willing to use a little cumin. You have to be willing to use a little cilantro. And if you don't like cilantro, you're wrong. So, just so you know. But, you have to add a little flavor. And you have to add a little bit more than just a little bit of a tiny little sprinkle. You know what I mean? You got to, season things. Spice things up here, Virgo. That's what this reading wants you to do. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Wheel of Fortune. It is a destined time for you. Again, South Node, North Node, 2 eclipses in your sign and your opposite sign, So, if there was ever a time where you could change your luck or change your fortunes, it would be right now. But, the Wheel of Fortune is about doubling down on the things that are working. And that's exactly what I would do with this card. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Desert Spirit, says love from the creator on it. You have this Mingus Mountains card. I love that for some reason. It says indirect source, right? So, I feel that for a lot of you, that you need to kind of tap into your higher self here. It's almost like you could be getting love from your higher self, which could be fueling you at this time as well. You have the Ten of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Chariot. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life here, Virgo. Now, of course, this card does not say you will have everything you want and desire, but it does say if you put the work in to make it happen, you will. And, again, I always like to remind people that this is something we work on forever. And people always say to me, I want it now. And I always say, no. It's not like you're going to work on this forever and not get it. It means that the Ten of Pentacles is a worthy goal, right? It means that it's about trying to live your best life. And, which I believe is a worthy goal. It's doing the things that will create this for yourself. And will you ever truly reach that finish line? Probably not. But, again, your life will be amazing if you actually try to accomplish this. So, I think it's always worth it. The Ten of Pentacles, again, I think your business ideas could be on fire right now, Virgo. I really see, a lot of reinvention happening in business, which I've been saying to you for months, probably. I think that, it'll take time to get there, but it's the reinvention for you in work is going to have to do with your communication, right? It's how you communicate with people, all that other stuff, like like how people see you in work. Those are the things that you could be working on changing. And yeah, it'll be good for you. I think it'll lead to a lot of success. You have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. She is stuck in these 8 swords, but coming up in the good stuff, this could definitely say that you are setting yourself free. She's stuck, but she needs to set herself free. And so that's kind of like what I feel for you here with the Eight of Swords. She also needs to let go of her emotion. She needs to watch her emotions, I should say. And that is popping into my head for you for some reason. I'm not really sure what the message I'm getting there is, but let me just put it this way. She's standing in this tiny little shallow pool of water, and it says, it's coming up in the good stuff, but again, I read intuitively, so, I will say, what I'm trying to say is that sometimes she makes a bigger deal out of things than she needs to, right? And so I'm not calling you out or anything like that, Virgo, but I would just be careful of getting too excited about anything emotionally this month. Or it's like if you might think something's a big deal, but it really isn't. You get what I'm saying? You have the Chariot. The Chariot can be a victory or big success coming in for you, and there definitely clearly could be some wins. I do think it is a good month for you, where you could be having some big wins and you could be creating a lot of success. So I think what I wanted to touch on here is that you have that deeply rooted in love card that says something is emerging from the depths of your intimate most desires. And the inner goddess card also says basically the same thing. It says express your divine feminine energy and loving wisdom will transform your life. So again, to have this victory, it's about following your heart this month, and that's what I would do. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the High Priestess. I don't know why I hesitated there, but you have divine counterparts here. Sometimes I feel that the Hierophant and the High Priestess are actually better than the Emperor and the Empress as far as divine counterparts are concerned, because it's more of a, this here is more of a spiritual connection. It's something, it's these two people really want to be with each other, so this could be a very good connection for you. With the Eight of Swords, yes, you have the Six of Wands. A lot of success coming in for you. It almost don't take this the wrong way, Virgo. But I think it would be a good month to embarrass yourself. I don't mean that literally, but it's there might be things that you would. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I hope this makes sense. But, it's there might be things that might embarrass you, but really aren't necessarily embarrassing. You're just being too critical of yourself, like I said earlier. And I feel like that's really where your victories will come from, Virgo, this month. I think you could be making some huge leaps this month. I mean, it just popped into my head. I was looking at that Chariot, and it's I think you could be, making these big leaps by, doing that by being willing to embarrass yourself, but not you're not really embarrassing yourself. Does that make sense? Probably not. Most of the time I have no clue what I'm talking about, but it's that's what I think you need to do there. With the Chariot, yes, you have the Star. It is an amazing month for attention for you, for sure, right? It is your birth month. We have an eclipse in your sign, so I think there could be a lot of glowing type energy available for you, or a lot of, success type energy for you here, Virgo, and I would take advantage of it for sure. You have this Patience card. This card kind of represents patience for love, and so, if you've been patient for a long time for a person, I do feel you could be attracting a person. You have this Principal card. Hierophant. This card always reminds me of the Hierophant because of the mitre right here. And, but this card kind of says that is also another card of thinking outside the box. I think it would be an amazing time for you to allow some creative thinking, some outside the box thinking, You have this Exaltation card. Yeah, the universe is shining its light on you. This card basically says the universe wants to give you attention. The universe is exalting you. It's the universe is rewarding you, or whatever you want to call it. So, again, I feel pretty good about this month for you here, Virgo. And again, it's your birthday, so happy birthday. Can't make this up. I don't know if you saw this, but this card was at the bottom of the deck when the deck was over here. Right here. Obviously, I shuffled it, so it wasn't at the bottom of the deck anymore, but it came out. This card says birth. You could be birthing something, but I think that you're birthing yourself. I think you are giving birth to yourself here, Virgo, if that's possible. I think that you are, reinventing yourself. Judgment. Judgment kind of is a birth because it is a rebirth. So I think that you are being born anew. And finally, you have this discovery card. Yes, go to Morocco. Like I said, on the Seven of Cups, go taste some new flavors, right? This could include, anything you want to do in your life. Go learn new things about it. Go see how other people do what you do, right? Go learn new things. And if you do that, you'll be very successful. But this looks pretty good, Virgo. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.